Speaker.
डॉक्टर वीर सर आपण जॉईन झालात ना?
जॉईन झालोय सर मी.
ओके ओके सर, थँक्यू. पंजेवार सर.
हा सर, सुरू करायचं का?
सुरू करा सर.
दोन्ही प्राचार्य साहेब आहेत ना?
आहेत आहेत.
ओके, थँक्यू. सर्वांना आवाज येतोय ना? आवाज येतोय का सर सर्वांना?
हो, येतोय.
Thank you. So friends, today is the auspicious hour for both the colleges, specifically Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal's Arts, Commerce and Science College Kille Dharu and Lokmanya Gramin Vikas Samstha Lohaz, Lokmanya Mahavidyalay Sonke. I welcome all the resource persons, principals, professors, and the keynote addresser, and specifically those delegates who are going to listen to this national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. With the permission of both the principals and the blessing of the management of both the colleges, friends, it is my prime duty to welcome you all for this one-day national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. The said webinar conference is jointly organized by IQAC and Library of Arts, Commerce and Science College Kille Dharu and Lokmanya Mahavidyalay Sonke. First of all, I welcome you once again all for this national conference. Friends, day by day, the need and requisite of e-content development has become compulsory and mandatory for all the faculty and resource persons and students, and specifically most of the stakeholders who are working and exerting the ICT tools in the arena of higher education. By considering the fact and significance of exertion of ICT tools in e-content development, our librarian and the librarian of Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed, they have decided to take this significant topic for the present national conference. And I am very glad to mention here that the said conference is being conducted under mentor-mentee program organized by both the colleges. Friends, it is really the hour to listen to the great personalities in Marathwada region as regards the higher education, specifically Professor Dr. Veer sir and Professor Dr. Jayan Kulkarni sir. I really take this opportunity to anchor this national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. So, first of all, may I take this opportunity to call upon Mr. Gopal D. Sagar sir to give the convener's address as regards this national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. Mr. Gopal D. Sagar sir.
Thank you, sir. A warm welcome to honorable dignitaries, eminent speaker, respected principal, sir, and dear participants. On behalf of MSP Mandals, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Killedaru and Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed, we have organized a one-day national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development under mentor-mentee program. Our college is acting as a mentor and Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed is playing role of mentee. I take this opportunity to propose convener address of this national event. The main aim to organize this event is to inculcate the concept of e-content development and its importance to all these academic stakeholders. The main focus is to know various ICT tools and implementation of e-content development. The organizing committee has decided to share and the knowledge of ICT tools and e-content development by eminent speakers of this profession. I am thankful to today's inaugurator, Dr. D.K. V. sir, Director, KRC, Dr. Bamu, Aurangabad. Also, I am thankful to Dr. Jayan Kulkarni sir, In-charge Director, Knowledge Resource Center, SRTMU Nanded, and Professor Vidya Sagar sir, Government Degree College, Hyderabad, Sangareddy, District, Telangana, for accepting our invitation for this national event. I am grateful to express my gratitude towards participants who are joined online for this event from their busy schedule. There are more than 350 participants as registered for this national event. I hope that there will be fruitful discussion, interaction, and sharing of knowledge by eminent speaker and participants. I also hope that this event will be beneficial to the all academic stakeholders for creation of e-content and its use to the society. Lastly, I request all the participants to enjoy throughout the session and it's made a grand success. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gopal D. Sagar sir. Thank you for your towering convener's address. So friends, it is the hour that decides the significance of its event. At the same time, we have the requisite speech. First of all, may I request Principal Professor Dr. Hanmant R. Aglave sir, Principal, Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya, Principal R. May I request you, sir, Professor Principal Dr. Hanmant R. Aglave sir to give a welcome speech.
ओके सर. लोकमान्य ग्रामीण विकास संस्था लोहा, लोकमान्य महाविद्यालय सोनखेड, तालुका लोहा, डिस्ट्रिक्ट नांदेड, and Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal's Arts, Commerce, Science College, Kille Dharu. A one-day national conference on extraction of ICT tools for e-content development. Good morning, honorable and all present here. Respect dignitaries on the dais. Professor Dr. D.K. Veer, Director KRC, Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad, is the inaugural speech.
Professor Aglave sir, am I audible to all? Sagar sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Voice
Professor
is
Aglave,
coming?
sir. Yes, yes. Aglave sir, आवाज येत नाही.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
आवाज येतोय सर जी.
येतोय. बोला सर, बोला सर.
Today's era is global and technical era where there is continuous need of ICT tools. Each and sector of life needs ICT tools. Further, due to pandemic situation, the use increased rapidly. In education sector, ICT tools become mandatory part. Every teacher must acquire the skill of preparing e-content for their concerned subject. Digital library and e-books are used at two levels today. Considering this, we have organized today's one-day national conference on expression of ICT tools for e-content development. So you all will enjoy and get good outcomes from this national conference. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Principal Professor Dr. Hanmant Aglave sir, for giving your enlightening speech. Friends, now it is the time to go forward in this national conference. So, without making any more delay, may I take the introductory speech of Professor Dr. Deepak M. Bharti sir I request him to guide the delegates as regards his introductory speech. Principal Professor Dr. Deepak M. Bharti sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
May I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. In the beginning, I salute the sacred memory of late Vinayaka Patil, late Ramrauji Avargaonkar, and late Sundarauji Songe Sahib, founders of Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Arts, Commerce, and Science College, Kille Dharu, District Beed. I am grateful to Honorable MLA श्री सतीश प्रकाश दादा सोळंके साहेब, प्रेसिडेंट मराठवाडा शिक्षण प्रसारक मंडळ औरंगाबाद, ऑनरेबल MLC श्री सतीश भाऊ चव्हाण साहेब, जनरल सेक्रेटरी मराठवाडा शिक्षण प्रसारक मंडळ औरंगाबाद, ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स ऑफ एक्झिक्युटिव्ह काउन्सिल MSP मंडल, ऑनरेबल जयसिंग भैया सोळंके साहेब, श्री लोभाजी चव्हाण, श्री अजय सिंह दिक्कत, डॉक्टर राम शिंगारे, श्री Indrajit Jadhav, the office bearers for inspiration and continuous support to organize national, international event in this college. Today, the IQC and library of these both colleges have jointly organized a one-day national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development under mentor-mentee program. Our college is acting as a mentor and Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed is playing role of mentee. I also welcome the inaugurator of this national conference, Honorable Dr. D.K. Veer sir, Director, Knowledge Research Center, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Aurangabad, Keynote Speaker, Dr. J.N. Kulkarni sir, Director, Knowledge Resource Center, Swami Ramananda Tirtha, Marathwada University, Nanded, and resource person, Professor Vidyasagar sir, Government Degree College, Zahirabad. I give best wishes to of both colleges for making grand success of the event. I am proud of college because we are celebrating this 2021-22 year as a golden jubilee year. We are trying to provide new platform to the faculties and stakeholders in academic era. Library is ornament of the college and it is our prime duty to support, provide and share advanced technologies related with ICT based services. From last 2 years, not only the India but also whole world is facing the problem of pandemic situation about COVID-19. During this situation, we had tried our best to provide e-learning resources for all the stakeholders. E-content is become very powerful tool due to its flexibility of time, place, and pace of learning. ICT tools assure about to enhance education system of one to end learners through e-content. Our college library always tries to produce e-content through library blog and more than 23,000 users are visited to our college library blog. Faculties are uses e-content from Yenlist, subscribe database and other e-resources. As per present protocol, all the academic stakeholders trying their level best to produce and share e-content. I hope that there will be a fruitful discussion, sharing of knowledge about these aspects. Enjoy all lectures. Once again, I welcome one and all and thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your illuminating introductory speech. Friends, now it's the time to listen to the big personalities in the field of KRC now. First of all, may I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Rajpal Chiklikar sir for NAC coordinator for introducing to Professor Dr. D.K. Veer. May I request you, sir, to introduce to our today's guest, Professor Dr. D.K. Veer.
Thank you very much, my dear friend, Dr. Ganjawar, sir. The convener have given me an opportunity and responsibility to introduce today's eminent scholar and resource person, Dr. Dharmaraj Kalyanrao Veer. Good morning, one and all. I will introduce of this resource person, Veer sir. It's so long, his biodata, but I will try to introduce in briefly. So has completed his education in Commerce, MCom, Master of Library Science, and PhD also. He has 33 years experience. He spent his 33 years in various colleges like Marathwada Agriculture University, Parbhani, Government College of Education, Parbhani, and now he's working in Dr. Baba Ambedkar Marathwada University as a librarian. He has published nearly 17 books and 104 research publications, papers, and he participated nearly 18 national, international, and state level conference, seminar, workshop, and he's a member of 5 national level library professional association, and he is a recipient of various awards like Anant Narayan Gore Award for Merit, first in Bachelor of Library Science in 1986, Grantha Mitra State Level Award in May 2010, UGC Teacher Fellowship for PhD during 2000 to 2002. And he's a member of, he's also member of Board of Study, Library Science in different universities. He's a member Research Recognition Committee in different universities also. And he's also present as a keynote address. He delivered the keynote address in several national, international, and state level conferences. He himself as the editor of Grantha Parivar monthly journal, Journal of Library Metamorphosis, and he's also a PhD supervisor of so many universities like Dr. Baba Ambedkar University, Aurangabad, YCUM Nashik, SRTM Nanded, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, and 30 research scholars have been completed their PhD under his supervision. 14 candidates have been completed their PhD under his guidance, and 30 students have been completed their MPhil under his guidance. And he also delivered a lecture in international, national, and state level conferences. In international conferences in near about 5, and national 104, and state 58. So I read his a brief resume, and thank you very much for giving me opportunity to introduce such a excellent academician, Dr. Wilson. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Rajpal Chiklikar, sir, for giving so nice introduction of Professor Dr. D.K. Veer. Friends, it is an hour to listen to our inaugurator, a giant personality in the field of library science and higher education, Professor Dr. D.K. Veer. Professor Dr. D.K. Veer is the director, KRC, Dr. Bamu, Aurangabad. May I request you, sir, to have your inaugural speech with our dear delegates. Professor Dr. D.K. Veer, sir.
Good morning, one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Please
Okay,
continue.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I thanks and congratulate to the whole organizing committee of this Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Kille Dharur, and Lokmanya Gramin Vikas Samstha's Lohas, Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed. Being there, they have organizing this one-day national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. dignitaries, those who are participating in this one-day national webinar, the respected Dr. Hemant Aglaveji, Dr. Deepak Bhartiji, Dr. Asha Dhumal, Dr. Gopal Sagar, Dr. Vidya Sagar Krotha, Dr. Govind Ghogre, anchor Dr. D.N. Ganjeva. I really appreciate to the both colleges who is organized this beautiful event on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. Friends, nowadays, each and every academicians is discussing about regarding the ICT tools, those who are being applied in variety of how to develop the e-content development, which will be helpful to the all stakeholders, all pupils, all students, all teachers in education era. And for that purpose, e-content has become a very valuable and a powerful tool of education in this contemporary education system. It is the newest method of instruction that can be used to create an information-rich society where everyone, irrespective of caste, religion, race, region, gender, etc., are empowered to create, receive, share, and utilize information and knowledge for their economic, social, cultural, and political upliftment and development. The use of e-content has transformed teaching in several ways. In the process of e-learning structured and validated, e-content serves as an effective virtual teacher. Today, the educators are able to generate their own resources and consequently have more control over the classroom than they have had in the past. Friends, for this importance of e-content development, the various national and international agencies, it may be in national or international level. For example, in India, if you give example in higher educational system, University Grant Commission is also the develop some guidelines for e-content development. And the objective of University Grant Commission, especially for how to develop such a type of e-content development, to promote generation of e-content in all subjects, to develop teachers and experts resources in e-content creation, make available the e-content to teachers and students through various delivery models for formal and non-formal education, for supplementing and complementing the process of teaching and learning in higher education. For that purpose, especially if we considering the objective of e-content development, to develop partnerships between educational institutions and the IT industry for continuous development of new content and methodology taking into account contemporary technology. For that purpose, especially for e-content development, UGC is also elaborated variety of e-content module and content duration. Regarding the content duration, has been estimated on the basis of the number of hours that are required to transact the content in the classroom. For example, a course in the classroom requires 1 credit and a credit is equivalent to 15 hours. The content of course will be taken as a 15 hours classroom teaching. On an average, UG students have to take 6 to 8 papers in an academic year. Therefore, during the study period of 3 years, a student may take 18 to 24 papers, and each paper requires 20 to 25 lessons. That means, presuming that a lessons will take 3 hours of teaching, 60 to 75 hours will be required to complete one paper. That means such a type of e-content module and content duration is also highlighted by the University Grant Commission. And for that purpose, if you see the on this ground, I would like to share my PowerPoint presentation. Is it visible? Please, Ganjewar sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Please, sir, please.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
If you see, we are discussing about how the ICT tools will be helpful for e-content development. And for that purpose, I have covered the variety of facets in the e-content development, like e-content model, e-content portal, what type of software requirement is there, especially for e-content development, what type of hardware requirements is necessary, mobile Android replications, how to record lecture through PowerPoint presentation, how to record lectures through smartphone. Therefore, if you see what is e-content, the e-content is nothing but it is a digital content, and electronic content is a form of content available through electronic form via online, internet, or offline mode. And especially for e-content or the electronic content, it may be a text, it may be images, it may be animations, it may be e-tutorials, and so on. However, it may be a graphics, it may be a online web pages, it may be a audio and videos, it may be a special visual effects.
May I request the delegates to switch off your mic, please? May I request the delegates to switch off your mic, please? Thank you.
That means
Sir,
e-content covers, it may be a graphics, data, it may be online web pages, audio and videos, special visual effects, it may be e-resources like e-books, e-journals, e-text, e-magazines, dozens of databases, presentations, and on. If you see in technology of education versus technology for education, e-content model, ADDIE model, that is developed by Florida State University to explain the process involved in the formulation of an instructional system development, that is ISD program for military inter-service training, that is 5 pages involved in the model. They are analysis, contextual analyze, learner analyze, task analyze, content analyze, in design, learning objectives, instructional strategies, and so on. If you see, there are a variety of e-content portals are there. For example, if you see the virtual lab, it is nothing but it is the initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development under the National Mission on Education through ICT. If you see, NPTEL is not new to us because it is online programming, uploaded exams also, And NPTEL is playing a very important role for higher education system. There are variety of spoken tutorials are there. There are talk to teachers facility is there with the help of a view. The Consortium for Educational Communication, that it is nothing but the CEC, which is the Inter-University Center of University Grant Commission and Autonomous Inter-University Center for UGC, is also playing a very significant role, especially for e-content development. Free and open source softwares for education. If you see the statement of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the most unfortunate thing is that India still seems to believe in proprietary solutions, further spread of IT, which is influencing the daily life of individuals, would have a devastating effect on the lives of society due to any small shift in the business practice involving these proprietary solutions. It is precisely for these reasons open source softwares need to be built which would be cost effective for the entire society. As per the APJ Abdul Kalam, in India, open source code software will have to come and stay in a big way for the benefit of our billion people. That means with the help of free and open source software for education, definitely in pandemic situation like COVID-19 are definitely playing a very significant role. As you completely aware about the information library network, that is INFLIBNet. INFLIBNet is another inter-university center of University Grant Commission, and INFLIBNet is playing a very vital role, especially for developing a variety of tools, especially for e-content development. If you see NLIST, that is National Library and Information Services Infrastructure for Scholarly Content, that is NLIST, is the important product of INFLIBNet. EPG Pathshala of INFLIBNet is the another product which will be helpful to the all stakeholders, all pupils and the research scholars and the students and teachers, especially for variety of courses from UG, PG, especially from also from high school level to PG level. And if you see, especially in the subject of library and information science, there are a variety of facility, especially in EPG Pathshala. And just if you see in library and information science, there are a variety of papers which is developed with the help of that e-content management in INFLIBNet, especially under the EPG Pathshala. Vidyamitra is another product of INFLIBNet, integrated e-content portal, especially a gateway to all learners, which is developed by the UGC INFLIBNet. And National Digital Library of India, that is NDL, because educational materials are available for users ranging from primary to postgraduate levels, and in which covers millions and millions of e-resources. It may be a text, it may be images, it may be a tutorials, it may be a variety of course materials in different disciplines. And for that purpose, the NDL is also playing a variety of a significant role. If you see the NDLI, that is National Digital Library of India, and if you see the top 50 sources for accumulating the NDLI page views during lockdown, and they have also uploaded such type of statistical figures during March 24 to April 26, 2020. If you see the different types of facets which covers with the help of that NDLI the pandemic situation, how NDLI will be helpful to the all stakeholders. Then another top 50 pages views for NDLI page views during April 26, 2020. And if you see the NPTEL, then STEM ES, then World eBook Library, then Exam Fear, then Indian Law Institute, New Delhi, like so many sources for NDLI pages given by the NDLI, and it is made available to one and all. If you see MIT Open Courseware is the another, a very important source of information, especially for e-content development, because moving the classroom to online, a guide to teaching anywhere at MIT, which will be helpful to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to all. And if you see here I have given economics courses, and there are different courses offered by the MIT Open Courseware. And if you see the variety of dozens of courses, especially in the subject of economics, and which I have elaborated here. The World Digital Library is the another source of information, especially for e-content development. And this is the Open DOAR, which will be helpful to all of you. In Open DOAR content types overview, it may be how many journal articles, how many theses and dissertation, how many books, chapters and sections, conference, workshop papers, reports, other special item types, bibliography references, learning object data sets, patents, like all types of content types overview is given with the help of such type of graphical presentation with the help of that Open DOAR, and it is made available to one and all. SWAYAM is the very important source of information, especially for anybody can participate, anybody can attend the SWAYAM courses on e-content development. And for that purpose, the e-content development, especially with the help of SWAYAM, is playing a very important role. The Google Blogger, just because here I have given the Google Blogger because just with the help of support of Mr. Chaitanya Veer, he has support especially for how to develop the Google Forms, Google Bloggers, and how such a type of e-con development which will be helpful during such pandemic situation in COVID-19. Add-ons, then which type of software requirements? It may be any video editing software with more features, free or paid, like Camtasia Studio, or audio recording software like Audacity, Microsoft PowerPoint. Such a type of requirement is there, especially for software for e-content development. And which type of hardware requirements are needful, like especially for computer, laptop, with good hardware configuration with 4 GB RAM or above, audio recording with the dynamic or any good quality mic, any Android smartphone with at least 4 GB RAM and sufficient free storage, then video recording my mobile stand, and chroma curtain it may be optional. That means such a type of hardware requirement is more helpful, especially for mobile Android applications. Cinema FV5, then Lexis Audio Editor, that is audio recording for audio recording, KineMaster for audio editor, audio maker, AZ Screen Recorder for audio recorder for live streams. That means especially for how to record sessions using PowerPoint presentation with the help of Microsoft PowerPoint. For that purpose, select Transition tab, prepare PowerPoint presentation, all slides. It may be 20 slides or 30 slides above. Go to Advanced tab and for timings. Then insert audio, then insert tab to audio, then record audio or lecture will be started. Live audio recorded is the facility, is also available. Then playback tab, audio options, select play across slides also. Then slideshow, that means such variety of facilities is made available in this technological change. Then we can save the file. Then we can create the video also. And if you see, especially in smartphones, we can save as slides in JPG image format and save as
Professor,
every slides.
Sir, there is a slight interruption. Hello.
In
Professor
smartphone,
Veer, sir, we are unable to see your slides, sir.
Oh,
Please show the slides.
कितने स्लाइड्स शो हुआ प्लीज?
Only first slide is visual. Others are not coming on the screen.
Oh my God. Is it visible?
Now, yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir. Right, sir. Right. Please. Sorry for interruption, sir. Please.
Okay, no problem. Just I have covered the regarding the e-content development, variety of text. It may be a text, images, animations, e-tutorial, GIF images, or the graphics, online web pages, audio and video. It may be a special visual effects. It may be a covers a variety of e-resources. It may be e-books, e-journals, e-text, magazines, databases, presentations. And if you see e-content models, especially ADDIE, that is ADDIE models, developed by Florida State University to explain the process involved in formulation of instructional systems, which covers variety of designs. It may be analyzed, it may be a designs, develop, and implementation, evaluate. And if you see the e-content portals, because there are, for here I have given the virtual lab, which is developed by Ministry of Human Resource Development under the National Mission on Education through ICT. The NPTEL is not new to us, because NPTEL is playing a very important role, especially in content development, spoken tutorials, talk to teachers, consortium, that is a CEC, Consortium for Educational Communication, is the autonomous agency of University Grant Commission, that is IUC, and especially for e-content development, CEC is playing a very important role. Free and open source software for education is made available. ImpleNet is the very active agency of Center of UGC, and ImpleNet is developed variety of products which will be helpful for e-content development, especially for Enlist, that is National Library and Information Service Infrastructure for Scholarly Content. EPG Pathshala, which covers from primary to PG level, variety of dozens and dozens of courses is made available under the EPG Pathshala of ImpleNet. And if you see the Library and Information Science under the EPG Pathshala is there. Vidyamitra is the another product of ImpleNet. National Digital Library of India, that is NDL of India, and educational materials are made available for all users from primary to PG levels, and millions of e-resources is made available under this NDL platform. And if you see in NDL, these are the top 50 sources for cumulative NDL pages views during lockdown, during 24th March to 26th April 2020. However, these are the top 50 page views sources for NDLI during April 26, 2020. And these are the MIT Open Courseware, is the one of the most important courseware source for MIT. And these are the dozens of courses covered by the MIT. And if you see the World Digital Library, under World Digital Library, millions and millions of resources, especially for in different disciplines, which will be helpful. OpenDOR is the another source which covers a variety of content types. Or it may be a journal article, it may be a thesis and dissertation, it may be a book chapters and sections, it may be a conference workshop, it may be a reports then it may be other type of sources. That means variety of open content types overview, which is given under the open DOAR. SWAYAM course, SWAYAM playing a very, very important various courses which will be helpful to all stakeholders, all educators, and it is validity is given by the UGC, which will be helpful to the all educators. Google Blogger, then Google Forms, then add-ons, software. These are the software requirements. It may be any video editing software with more features free or paid, like Camtasia Studio, or audio recording software like Audacity, then PowerPoint. If especially for hardware requirement, computer laptop with good hardware configuration with 4 GB RAM or above, especially for audio recording with dynamic or any good quality mic, then any Android smartphone with at least 4 GB RAM and sufficient free storage, video recording mobile stand, and chroma curtain, it is optional. For mobile Android applications, it may be Cinema FV5. Then for Lexis audio editor, that is audio recording, KineMaster, that is video editor, video maker, AZ screen recorders, that is a video recorder, live streams, how to record sessions using PowerPoint sessions for micro PowerPoints. For that purpose, select Transition tab, prepare PowerPoint presentation, all slides. It may be 20 slides or 30 slides above. Go to Advanced tab to timings and set time for every slide as per the requirement. Then insert audio, then insert tab to audio. Then will be helpful for record audio lectures. Then live audio we can record. Then playback tab, especially for audio options, and we can select the play across slides, especially for slideshows. Then we can file save as, then we can creating videos, especially for smartphones, save as slides in JPG image format also, then save as every slides. And for smartphone by live demo session, KineMaster mobile application will be helpful. That means if you see, especially for content development, e-content development, e-content is a firm digital literacy among students. Knowledge sharing, knowledge building, anybody access e-content and easy to create e-content. That means if you see, especially for e-content development, definitely in pandemic situation, if you see during this March 2020 to March 2022, during this last 2 years in pandemic situation, मैं तो ये कहूंगा कि भाई कोविड-19 हो या कोरोना हो, अगर कोरोना ना होता तो अपन वेबिनार ऐसे कंडक्ट नहीं करते। अगर कोरोना ना होता तो अपन ये कौन सा जूम प्लेटफॉर्म है, कौन सा वेबएक्स है, या कौन सा गूगल मीट है, ये प्लेटफॉर्म हम नहीं देखते। ये सब सीखा especially with the help of COVID-19 situation, especially with the help of pandemic situation. That means during such pandemic situation, definitely अगर पॉजिटिविटी इसमें देखते हैं तो pandemic situation था, इसलिए हमने भी आज तक more than 2000 PhDs ऑनलाइन हमने CD सबमिशन डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर मराठवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी में दिए। अगर पेंडेमिक ना होता तो हम ये सच टाइप ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी हम ना देखते। अगर पेंडेमिक सिचुएशन ना होता तो बहुत सारे लाइब्रेरियंस की जिसके पास ये बहुत अच्छे टेक्नोलॉजिकल स्किल्स थे, तो ऐसे जबरदस्त एक अच्छे प्लेटफॉर्म पर आगे नहीं आते। तो अगर पेंडेमिक ना होता तो ये सोनखेड़ का कॉलेज या धारूर का कॉलेज इतने अच्छे ढंग से ये नेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म पर नहीं आता। तो इसलिए अगर ये पेंडेमिक है तो सभी चीजें ये सीखने के लिए मिल रही है। तो इसलिए अगर in future such a type of pandemic situation will be raised, then definitely such type of variety of ICT tools which will be developed, the e-content development is more important to all pupils, to all students, stakeholders, and the teachers. For that purpose, definitely, I once again congratulate to the organizing committee of Arts, Commerce, Science College, Kiledharu and Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed for organizing such a beautiful one-day national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. Now I declare the one-day national conference has been inaugurated. Thanks once again to one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your illuminating and in-depth inaugural speech. Friends, now this is an hour to listen to our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir, Director, KRC, SRTMU, Nanded. May I first of all take the opportunity to introduce to Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir, by Dr. Asha Dhumar, the IQAC Coordinator, Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya, Sonkhed. May I request you, ma'am, to introduce to today's keynote speaker, Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir. Dr. Asha Dhumar. May I request Dr. Asha Dhumar, the IQAC Coordinator, Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya, Sonkhed, to introduce to today's keynote speaker, Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Very good afternoon to all. Today's keynote speaker, Mr. Jagdish Kulkarni, sir, is working as a librarian professor grade since 2013 and has additional charge of University Librarian, Director of Knowledge Resource Center of Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University, Nanded. He is having 28 years of professional experience in the field of library and information science on different positions. About the center which he leads, the center which he leads is the Central Library of the University. It is known as Knowledge Resource Center as per nomenclature given by Maharashtra Public Universities Act 2016. He has collection of more than 77,000 books and other reading material, which includes thesis, reports, reference books, KRC, the subscribe, different print journals and periodicals. The professional experience of Sir is he has library training in Center of Environment Education at Ahmedabad. After completion of work as a librarian in Aptech, Aurangabad, as a lecturer in Sri Sharat Chandra Pawar College of Library Science. Sir has very vast experience of teaching and learning also in the field of library science. Teaching and research experience, he is having experience of teaching LTC, BLEAP and ISC MLEAP and the first year and MPhil programs for 21 years. He supervised many postgraduate projects, MPhil dissertations and PhD thesis also. 4 researchers awarded MPhil and 6 researchers awarded PhD under his guidance, 8 researchers working under him and PhD. He evaluated many MPhil dissertations and PhD theses in library and information science from different universities. Sir has completed 1 major and 1 minor research project, and publications are really very encouraging for us. He is near about edited, authored and co-authored 11 books, 25 research papers in UGC approved national and international journals, 22 research papers in reputed journals, 30 chapters in books, 12 research papers in national, international and state level conferences proceedings, 46 popular articles in newspaper. He is a member of editorial board of IP, Indian Journal of Library Science and Information Technology. Sir has working on various committees of Maharashtra State. Okay, sir. Thank you. Now you can proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving a nice introduction of the keynote speaker, Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir. Friends, now I proceed in the program schedule further. May I now request the keynote speaker of today's national conference, Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir, Director, KRC, SRTMU Nanded, to have keynote address to our delegates. Professor Dr. J.N. Kulkarni, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, one and all, and namaskar. I welcome you all in this one-day national conference on exertion of ICT tools for e-content development, which is jointly organized by IQAC and libraries of Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Kille Dharur, District Bid, and Lokmanya Gramin Vikas Sanstha Lohaj, Lokmanya Mahavidyalaya Sonkhed, Taluka Loha, District Nanded, under Mentor and Mentee program. Respected principal and my senior friend, Dr. Hanumant Aglave sir, Principal Professor Dr. Deepak Bharti sir, Inaugurator Professor Dr. B.K. V sir, Resource Person Professor Vidyasagar Kortha, Convener friend Dr. Govind Ghogre, Dr. Gopal Sagar, who regularly organizes and also supports in organizing various conferences, webinars to the other professionals. Organizing secretaries who have just introduced to me, Madam Dr. Asha Dhumar, Dr. D.N. Ganjewar, my friend Dr. Rajbal Singh Chiglikar, Dr. Sanjay Mane, Suryakant Pawar sir, representatives of the Sanstha, media and press, teachers, administrative staff of both the colleges, technical team working behind this virtual gathering, participant friends, researchers, students, and my brothers and sisters. It is my prime duty to congratulate the organizers for organizing a conference on a significant theme, that is exertion of ICT tools for e-content development. I am really grateful to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to interact with you all as a keynote speaker, and I'm confident that we'll learn many new things out of this conference. At the outset, I would like to share few special features what I observed of this webinar. The first, the national conference is organized by two colleges in collaboration. This is just not a collaboration of two colleges, but two universities has collaborated because these colleges are affiliated to different universities, that is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad, and Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded. This is the first feature. Second feature is that the Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Kille Dharur, is celebrating its 50th anniversary. That is Golden Jubilee year. Our best wishes to the college on this behalf, on this occasion. Third, this is this kind of first experiment in Marathwada region, like a mentor and mentee programs. So really, I congratulate both the mentor and mentee for organizing such collaboration. And fourth one, though it is somewhat personal to the convener, but I would like to share that one of convener, Dr. Govind Ghogre, is celebrating his marriage anniversary today. Both Mr. and Mrs. are librarians, and hence I request you all, please join with me in wishing and blessing the dynamic couple by a round of loud applause clapping. Congratulations, Dr. Ghogre sir. Thank you. Now we'll discuss
Yes, sir.
regarding the e-content. E-contents, as Dr. Veer sir has taken an overview of overall development of the e-contents. He has narrated many things. He has given detailed information regarding the e-contents. He has expressed various models. He has told us about virtual labs, NPTEL, CEC, Unlist, Vidyamitra, and so many things. MIT Open Resources, then Director of Open Access Journals, Directory of Open Access Books, World Digital Library, so many things. There are different things, different areas of the e-contents, but I will go one by one for in simple language, and simple things I will discuss. The organizers has given a beautiful title to this conference. What it says, it's exertion. What is exertion? It is a name, it is an act, it is a fact, or a process of exerting, exercise, or great mental or physical efforts. It is a mental efforts. It is a physical efforts to draw something. So it is an exertion. Then we'll go to for ICT. In initial days, we're talking about the information technology, but in the beginning of 21st century, the word communication has been added in the information technology. That is, it becomes information and communication technology. So what is information communication technology? So there are three words. There is information, there is a communication, and there is a technology. So what is information? Information is a processed data. So whatever we are speaking, whatever we are communicating, whatever we are reading, whatever we are listening, so that is information. Information is a meaningful data, and wherever there is a meaning to the piece of information, piece of word data, piece of fact, it is called as a information. And that information is communicated through different medias. Initially, there were only classrooms or personal talks, but nowadays there are variety of sources are available. Invention of telegrams, telephones started the communication via online. Now there are mobiles, there is video conferencing, online conferencing, then there are different social medias. There are a number of ways one person can attach to another person. One person can communicate thousands of persons at a time. So there is a lot of change in the communication. And the technology a boon for the human being. There are a lot of things which are developed in the technology part. So every day there is a change in technology. The technology is changing day by day, not day by day, to second. So even this mobile technology, what we are using, what computer technology we are using, what internet technology we are using, there is a tremendous impact on the society on this technology. So these three areas, information, communication, technology, has changed the world, has changed the education system, has changed the higher education system. And that's why we are looking for the ICT and their tools. What are the tools? If it is ICT, what are the tools? There are n number of tools. If we talk about the higher education, if we talk about the teaching and learning process, so there are n number of tools available on the internet, we can say. There are computers, hardwares like computers are there, laptops are there, desktops are there, data projectors are there, software programs are there, scanners are there, interactive teaching boards are there. So now
we are moving towards the paperless society, information communication technology society, or in short, we can say that as a knowledge society. In knowledge society, there will be no blackboard, there will no chalk piece. So there will be interactive boards and your lectures will be recorded automatically. Each students can learn, student can check, relearn, listen your lectures. So these are so many things will be in the future, and there are such different tools. So these are software tools are there, hardware tools are there, even there are basic web-based tools like application of managing learning and teaching, like learning management systems. So many learning management systems are coming out. Then students management systems are there. Digital students report card system is there. Then plagiarism detection systems are there. Online collaborative workplaces, virtual classroom software systems, e-portfolios. These are the web-based tools for application for managing learning and teaching. Then there are learning and teaching tools like interactive whiteboards, personal communication. Then there are mobile delivery devices like storage devices, personal data entertainment devices, MP3 players, personal digital assistants, mobile phones, laptops, tablet PCs, then gaming devices, and assistive and adaptive technologies. See, these are the various tools related to mobile delivery devices. Then coming to the next, what are the content delivery methods or content delivery tools? There are podcasts, blogs, wikis, voice over internet protocols, digital TV. Okay, and then there are some other devices like blogs, photo blogs, digital cameras, and so many. So these are the tools. These are the some examples. I'm not telling each and everything, because there are m number of tools available on the website, on the internet, and one can search for that. So these are some tools, ICT tools, to cope up with the new technology. Then coming to the next, what is content? What is content? Generally, we listen that content page is the page where you get all the information inside the book. So it is a just index to the book. But here, what we are saying, e-content is a very broad term. When we talk about the e-content, it is a very broad term. It is electronic content. Electronic contents means the material, the knowledge, the information which is in a digital form. Okay, so it might be a text, it might be a image. So e-content is basically a package that satisfies the conditions like minimization of distance, cost effectiveness, user friendliness, and adaptability of local conditions. So these are the definitions of the e-contents. E-contents is the thing that you will get the information in different medias. It might be a text, it might be image, it might be a numbers, it might be a sound, it might be audio, it might be video, it might be PPTs, it might be online lectures, it might be online courses. These are all the examples of the contents. And for that, you need various sources, various ways. Which are those areas? You need softwares. So again, I said there are n number of softwares for each and every activity. So if you want just audio lecture to deliver, if you want audio video lecture, if you want lecture with PPT, so there are different softwares which are available online. Some are the open source, some are free, some are chargeable. So some are the commercial softwares. So you can access those ones. Then there are number of hardwares, many types of hardwares. What hardware requirement part has been covered by Dr. Veer sir. Then third is very important. Third factor is very important. Software is important, hardware important, but more important is that the human beings. Human beings are very important because the persons are going to design these key contents. So who are those? So there are different rules. Teachers, mainly teachers are going to create contents. E-contents are going to created by the teachers. So teachers are the very important. And who are going to listen? The students. And teachers and students are the important persons, important factors in considering this human beings. Then you need technical support. So technical support is also very important. In technical support, from recording, from edit to editing, mixing. So there are so many things you have to do. That part has to be seen by technical supports. And for this recording, there are different platforms like what Dr. B sir was saying, that Zoom is there, WebMax is there. So many things you will adopt. So the tools are different. The contents, different kinds of contents you can extract. Then you have different softwares, hardwares, humanwares, technical supports. Then the thing very important is the role of different agencies. So what should be the role of Minister of Human Resources Development or Minister of Education nowadays, we can say. Then what should be the role of UGC, University Grant Commission? So UGC of India is taking lead in many activities, not only after pandemic, but before that. Since 2009, UGC is behind for e-content, for thesis uploading on Shodhganga, plagiarism checking, so many things. Even soft copies of thesis universities are accepting from 2009. So that is important. Then role of UGC, then the important role of Implementate is there, as Implementate is the IUC of UGC, that is Inter-University Center of University Grants Commission. It is playing a very important role, not only in India, but the Implementate's sources are used, are accessed throughout the world. So Implementate through different its digital initiatives, since INDCAT to the Vidyamitra. So all the sources has been developed by the Implementate, and Implementate really doing a wonder, I can say. It's really wonderful, wonders, I can say, the universities. Then role of university is again very important. Though all platforms are open at various levels, universities should lead. University should motivate the teachers, the students for developing e-contents. Then the role of departments, role of colleges, role of principals, role of the head of the departments, role of the teachers, role of the students, role of the librarian in that college or that university, and role of the students, and role of administrative staff. So everyone has to play an important role in e-content developments. So e-contents are very important, and it will help in creating a rich information society. We can access high quality and meaningful digital contents through that. And there are various e-content initiatives by India, by like Swayam is there, MOOC, that is Masya online courses are there, Swayam Prabha consortium for educational communication is there, Vidyamitra is there, e-Pathshala is there. So there are so many platforms, so many e-contents which are available, but there is a need to contribute in that. I think in PG Pathshala, from Maharashtra, 2 or 3 universities are just contributing. All other universities are very lagging behind in contributing to the EPG Pathshala and such other platforms. So there is a role to play, all of us, and such seminars, such webinars are essential for not only for the librarians, But what I said, all the persons in working in higher educations, working in education sector needs to contribute in the e-contents. E-contents are really very important. Friends, today I'm a keynote speaker, and the role of keynote speaker is to just be a link between the participants and the resource persons. Resource person is a true source of knowledge communication, and I know you are eager to listen a resource person. Only few things I would like to add here. No doubt content, e-contents are very important and it will be part of our education system. Still, I have just few questions to just think. You need not worry about that, but you just think that does e-contents are boon or curse? Does e-contents are boon or curse for our society, especially to the future of teachers? शिक्षकांच्या भवितव्याकरता ई-कंटेंट्स शाप आहेत का वरदान आहेत, यावर थोडासा विचार करणं आवश्यक आहे. Then second question is that does it will impact on the employment of the teacher? शिक्षकांच्या रोजगारावर मागच्या 10 वर्षात भरती नाहीये, तर त्याचा काय परिणाम होणार आहे? What will the impact of the e-contents on employment? That is a practical impact. Then does it will affect the teacher and student relationships? Now teacher are teaching in classroom, there are very good relation amongst the teacher and students, but after e-content, how will be the relation of the student teacher? Does it will support students studying in local language? So there are n number of sources on website. We are accessing Show the Sindhu, we are accessing Enlist, but still students are coming to the libraries and asking for specific books. They are saying the syllabus is not covered in that, and that all the resources are in English, no source in Marathi. So what about that? Whether these e-contents are going to support our local language education system? Okay, and just think on that, because it will be changed. There will be change. What is called as a change is immortal. So you have to be a part of change. There will be e-contents. But only thing that I will just quote in Marathi, Baba Maharaj Satarkar किंवा आपल्या महाराजांची चांगल्या महाराजांची जी कीर्तन आहेत ती युट्यूबवर आणि बाकीच्या सोर्सेसवर अवेलेबल झाल्यानंतर ग्रामीण भागातल्या जे छोटे छोटे महाराज आहेत त्यांची कीर्तन ऐकायला आज लोकांना बोलवावं लागत आहे, किंवा चांगले व्याख्यात्याची व्याख्यानं जर आपल्याला ऑनलाईन उपलब्ध झाली तर आपण व्याख्यानासाठी जे नांदेडला असेल किंवा सोनखेडला ऑर्गनाइज केलेला असेल, किल्ले धारूरला ऑर्गनाइज केलेला असेल, तर पीपल हॅज टू नाउ फोर्ट, दे हॅव टू इन्व्हाइट, प्लीज बी अ पार्ट. जे आपणहून अगोदर येत होते व्याख्यान ऐकण्यासाठी किंवा कीर्तन ऐकण्यासाठी, किती लोक आता येत आहेत. तसं भविष्य आपल्या ई कंटेंटच्या बाबतीत होईल का? ई कंटेंट्सच्या प्रभावाने आपल्या टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेसवर काही परिणाम होणार आहे का? आणि होणार असेल तर त्यामध्ये आपल्याला काय बदल करायला पाहिजे? आपल्यामध्ये काय बदल करायला पाहिजेत? विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये काय बदलायला पाहिजेत? कॉलेजेसमध्ये काय बदल व्हायला पाहिजेत? ग्रंथालयामध्ये काय बदल व्हायला पाहिजेत? या सगळ्या गोष्टीचा विचार आता आपल्याला करण्याची वेळ आलेली आहे. With these words, I conclude this keynote speech. I am really grateful to organizers for giving me an opportunity to interact with you as a keynote speaker. Thank you, one and all. Over to Ganjewar sir.
Ganjewar sir, Sagar sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving
Hello.
an informative. Dr. Ganjewar sir, please proceed.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your enlightened speech. Friends, Now we are leading to the last station of the resource person, Professor Dr. Vidyasagar Krotha, librarian, Government Degree College, Sangareddy. May I now invite Dr. Asha Dhumar ma'am to introduce to today's resource person, Professor Vidyasagar Krotha.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please proceed.
A very good afternoon to all. Today's resource person, Professor Vidyasagar Krotha, librarian and head of the library department, Government College, Hyderabad, Sangareddy. Sir has a very vast experience of 27 years in library services and hands-on experience with the library management system, integrated library software, and published 4 articles, attended 26 national webinars, 2 international conferences, and 6 workshops. Sir delivered guest lectures through online to SIV government of AP and neighbor state institutions on library role in online learning and teaching. Sir has got membership on many reputed external committees and professional associations such as Indian Library Association, Delhi Library Association, Indian Association of Spatial Libraries and Information Center, Shodh Sindhu. The library automation projects, he has successfully implemented many innovative library projects such as ICFAI National Colleges at Hyderabad, ICFAI Business School at Nagarjuna Hills, Hyderabad, ICFAI Institute of Management Teachers, IIMT at Hyderabad, Institutes of Repute and Political Libraries, NTR Trust Bhavan, Tara Government College, Sangareddy, and many more. Sir also participated in many extracurricular activities, such as attending chairmanship, trained in submarine sailing for fortnight at Bay of Bengal, participated in Prime Minister Rally 1991 at Garrison Parade, winner of gold medal in rifle shooting at Naval Sainik Camp at Eastern Naval Command. So, may I ask sir to please proceed?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your brief introduction as regards Professor Vidyasagar Krotha. Now, may I request today's resource person, Professor Vidyasagar Krotha, sir, librarian, Government Degree College, Sangareddy, to impart his plenary. Professor Vidyasagar Krotha.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
I'm audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, can you please give permission to share my screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes. Proceed.
Mr. Gopal ji.
Yes, sir.
I'm unable to share my screen.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, you disabled it. You give the permissions.
Now try, sir.
1 second. Yeah, thank you so much. I got it. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to have a wonderful time again to work with Marathwada institutions, Shikshan Prasarak Mandal institutions. And I'm very happy to have one more fellowship with Lokamanya Mahavidyalaya, Sonke district, Nanded. And I'm very thankful to my best friend and my guide or professional colleague for inviting me this one-day national conference on exertion of ICT for e-content development today. So I was eagerly waiting for that program. I am Vidya Sagar, working as lecturer in library science, Government Degree College, Hyderabad, Sangareddy district. Yeah, my special thanks to chief organizers, Professor Dr. Hemant and Professor Dr. Deepak Ji. And also I'm very thankful to Professor Dr. D.K. Veer, Director of KRC, and Professor Dr. Jain Kulkarni sir, in charge director of, and keynote speaker of this session. And the conveners, the both conveners, Dr. Govind S. Bukhari and Dr. Sorry, hello, Mr. Gopal D. Sagar. And I'm very thankful to my principal of this college, Dr. Muhammad Aslam Faruqi, who is a really great scholar in Urdu and a great mentor and guide to all institutions in Telangana region. I'm very thankful to him for giving this wonderful opportunity to share with you. Last time also we had a wonderful time in 2020. I think we have started journey with institutions to give a lecture on online teaching and learning and the role of library. Last 2 years back, we have faced a lot of problems, and not because of problem, because of pandemic condition situations. The impact of Corona had great influence on our country's economy, education, on public living, and also thought process of humans, especially in our education system also. Impact of COVID, we have experienced a lot in higher education, school education, public living, and so on. There were no classrooms and no classes. And of course, there was no library also to contact. So whole academic year of 2020 to 21, students and faculty faced a lot of problems in sharing, transmitting or imparting education to students. So a lot of gap. But with the help of ICT, we could make it. And one more thing, I really thank to Dr. Veer Garu. He mentioned one word last year, 2 years back, I mentioned. COVID, it may be curse, but it was a blessing. COVID, it may be curse, it was also a blessing, because with that invention only, we could make a lot of changes in our lifestyles and understanding of society, responsibility towards society, of course, towards education system also, learning and teaching. All problems are like a womb, which give birth to new innovations, new development, and solutions. So COVID also given a new direction. Now we have decided, earlier we used to have a calendar year that BC and AD, the history was divided into BC and AD. But in new technical innovation, we can say that pre-corona and post-corona. Pre-corona, post-corona. So pre-corona, we are all used to have analog documents, analog systems, and person-to-person contacts like that. But after corona, the analog contents converted into a digital contents. Digital content, nothing but digital e-contents. So we need not to worry about a new technology. Just we have to have an understanding about what we have and what we are holding with our hands in our offices in form of technology like mobiles, computers, and so on. Then why ICT is required for us? As it has revolutionized the way principals work today and are now transforming education systems. As a result, if institutions train students yesterday's skills and technologies, they may not be effective and fit in tomorrow's world, because we are between two. We are between two, yesterday's skills and technologies as well as tomorrow's world. So as a teacher, we need not to continue tradition of yesterday's skills, yesterday's notes, and yesterday's materials, which are all analogs like guides, textbooks, print copies. Because those technologies are taught, those information and those skills may not work with tomorrow's world, upcoming developmental students. So for the sake of students, not only students, we are also are like learners and teachers. So we have two roles, learning and teaching, learners and teachers. So it is only through education and the integration of ICT in education that one can teach students to participate in growth process in this era of rapid change. Matlab, technology invention also, they are part and parcel, because better than teachers, students know about technology, because and even children like 2 years to 5 year child also knows how to operate our mobiles, our gadgets, but we are not, because we are just leaving behind from the technology and technology innovations. Now it's the right time to have more exposure, more understanding about technology. We don't know how many tools are there in our mobiles, how many tools are there in our labs and tabs, how many tools we are having in IoT form, internet on things. We don't know. People can operate from outside of the home. We can switch on, switch off phones, fans, refrigerators. We can lock the doors from outside of the home with the help of IoT. So technology has rapidly changing day by day, because the keynote speaker was told that, see, there is a little threat to the teachers or learners if they don't have technological understanding, technological experience. So we need to have an experiential learning with technology development day to day. So this is a sufficient reason for ICT to win global recognition and attention. I told one thing, we are working between two, yesterday's skills and technologies and tomorrow's world's requirements. So my concern is ICT means, our best friend Visa told already that ICT means a combination of 3 words: information, communication, technology. It has 3 parts: information, communication, technology. If I summarize, information is a summarization of data or collection of raw data. So technically, the data are raw facts and figures that are processed into information. So collective data becomes information. That information we have to process. Earlier we used to have a book, a pen, a blackboard, and a chalk. So whatever in our mind, whatever in our notes, we used to transfer it from like our mind to hands, and with the help of chalk, we used to write on the board by passing our information as a like we use as a mediums, books as well as blackboards. But now the communication process has changed. The communication process which disseminates information technology. When transforming the knowledge, when we are transferring the knowledge or communicating knowledge or information, now technology has intervened. Technology has taken over our analog data and manual data or human invention data. So technology is a mode or media through which information can be disseminated. So the ICT has taken a lot of changes and it is moving ahead in a development process. The necessity of ICT, why do we require ICT tools? Can't we teach again with the help of a blackboard or notes or chalks or marker? No, because changing times, changing activities has to be taken place. Changing time. I told you before Corona, we used to have person-to-person relations, interactions, and dealings and teaching. But after Corona involvement or after Corona period or post-Corona period, now technology has taken a lot of space and technology has using its own directions, like globalization of economy, information technology, innovation and expression of knowledge. Technology, innovation and expression of knowledge has emerged like anything. So for the sake of better way of using ICT tools, it will be very useful for effective learning for all and anytime, anywhere. A user can access our information, our teaching anytime, anywhere, and it can be useful to global to local. So learning will be very effective. As psychological experts are also told that cognitive techniques are develops with the help of effective learning. Effective learning, combination of audio and video. So ICT tools are moving towards this direction. About information communication technology, ICTs are making dynamic change society. They are influencing every aspect of human life. Application of ICT tools in learning, teaching process has changed the total scenario of the teaching process and processes. And ICT making major differences in teaching approaches and ways students are learning, because students are not interested to learn through classroom teaching, because they wanted to have different module or different mode of teaching. And students also knows more technological innovations development with the teacher. The teacher is now has to learn to impart his content, his analog content, to convert into digital content or e-content that can be served the purpose. And this lecture discusses meaning, lecture discusses the meaning and definition of ICT, various components of ICT, ICT in education, benefits of ICT in education, benefits of ICT in teaching and learning process. The main thrust of this lecture is how ICT tools are helpful in classroom teaching and lecture. Use of various Web 2.0 or 2.0 technologies for making teaching learning process more interactive and interesting are also discussed in this lecture. So information communication technology refers to technology that helps in transferring of information analog to digital. And information communication technology in education is features that various supporting teaching, learning, and range of activities in education, such as computers and communication facilities. All these online learning or e-contents needs a platform. Without platform, we cannot transmit our data, our information to the end user. So what are the platform, what we have? As per the e-learning system, virtual learning environment we have to create actually. Virtual learning environment. If we remove virtual from learning environment, is analog or old fashion of learning, like inside classroom, there will be tables, chairs, and a blackboard or chalk or a whiteboard. A teacher will stand in front of the teacher and he will teach to students, and students listen to the lecture. That is only learning environment before Corona. Now, people are looking at virtual learning environment. That is, earlier there are different synonyms for this virtual learning environment. One is MLE, Managed Learning Environment, LMS, Learning Management Systems, CMS, Content or Course Management Systems, Learning Support Systems, LP, Learning Platforms. So, to deliver any lecture or deliver any goods of information to the end user, to the learner, we need a learning platform. Without learning platform, we cannot do. There are many learning platforms. We need not have more and more technological gadgets to us. As somebody told that we need so and so a GB like that. If we have one good mobile phone or good environment of classroom or a closed soundproof room with all facilities of screening, sharing, internet, and Wi-Fi, that is more than enough. So these platforms makes possible for a course designer to present the students through a single, consistent, and intuitive interface all the components required for a course of education and training. It makes extensive use of computers and internet to implement all the elements pertaining to learning. For example, we need not to worry about the content sometimes. In the world of Google or whatever you say, a virtual world, you have a lot of work already has been done. For example, cell biology, science teacher looking for cell biology, already somebody has done work on cell biology. So he might have visual content, audio content, or self-learning content. So if you have that connectivity, or if we have that connectivity of that database, we can source it from database and we can share to students. So sharing, learning, teaching is a very useful pattern or useful serve or service through this virtual learning environment. So ICT tools and iteration in education. Earlier, before Corona, normally we used to have computers with MS Office, MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint also. Now it's also very useful. And multimedia, graphic, audio, movie making audios or videos. Audio devices, CD and DVDs and earphones. Internet, Google, email, website, blogs, etc., etc. Earlier, we used to have this kind of materials. Now, what is ICT tools actually? we're talking about what is we know ICT. And what are the ICT tools? The term referring to various digital tools, that is software application that can be used for different purposes. Each ICT tool has its own purpose for editing images, digital drawings, creating illustrations, developing mind maps. They are used in education process as assets for enrichment of the teaching processes. Information communication technology tools are digital infrastructures, not like analog, not like a print form. It is a digital infrastructure such as computers, laptops, and desktops, data projectors, software programs, printer scanners, and interactive teaching boxes. A set of technological tools used, for example, to store, manage, or communicate information. So we need to have a, first of all, VLE, virtual learning platform, through which we, with the help of ICT tools, we can impart teaching student very effectively, very admiringly, and very interesting. The teaching tools are latest technology or devices and concepts used in information and communication technology among students to teacher interaction. The flipped classroom, mobile apps, and clicker devices. So there is no one-sided teaching. It is like an internet teaching we can develop with the help of teaching tools or ICT tools. What are the components of ICT? Satellite communication is there, like one of the component, and video conferencing, one person to one, one to one, one to many, and World Wide Web, the www. Already we have different databases available, different materials in e-content form available in the www, and RFID technology, and Web 2.0 and blogs and wikis, social media. Social media are perhaps the most promising embracing technology. Not only in education arena, even political parties also, now people are going for social media to spread their thought process, to spread their, promising words through social media. And we can see a lot of changes, a lot of successes has happened to social media. And they enable messaging, blogging, streaming, media, typing. Some of the commonly used social media are MySpace, Facebook, and Delicious, Flapper, and Flickr networks that have enjoyed massive popularity in Web 2.0. It is web-based 2.0 technology. And MySpace and Facebook enables users to communicate with each other. We can communicate through MySpace as well as Facebook. And Facebook is in frontline. And Delicious enables users to share web resources. And Flickr enables sharing of pictures. Flapper is a bit of blended network using maps, chat rooms, and picture content to individuals. So these are the components. With the help of this component, we can go with ICT-based teaching. And teacher, you can see the lot of pictures. We have a lot of tools in pictorial form, like Google, Firefox, Chrome, Facebooks, and avatars, Delicious, Delijo, Jing, and Dropboxes, SlideShares, Wikispaces, Skypes, Twitter, Google Sites, bloggers, and Google Docs. Like some are from Google account, we can have that material, and some from multiple browsers, we can get more and more ICT tools, which can be useful. Role of ICT in education. Information technology can provide a medium for teaching and learning, contribute flexibility to course provisions. The valued users of information technology or communication technology are distance learning via electronic network. My keynote speaker also posed one question with this ICT tools or online learning and teaching. What about the future of the faculty members and interpersonal relation between teacher and student? What could it be? Because there will be a lacking. There will be more and more gap between teacher and students as well as learner and teacher. So, but my concern is that society is moving towards distance learning, society moving towards online learning, society moving towards virtual learning platforms. So if we are with the technology equipped personality, we will have a stand. If we lose technological based professionalism, then we are the losers. So my concern is there we cannot have gap between students and teachers with the help of online teaching, but we can improve more and more availability, accessibility 24/7 by 365 days to students and the learners. So my concern is we have to have equipped with the technological innovations, update with new developments in technology. Open learning to students, controlled learning pathways. The process of changing teaching learning styles by using narrow range of information technology based facilities. So presently, there are 4 areas of education, namely teaching, learning, curriculum, and education program. So pre-corona, particularly, they are focused on teaching, learning, curriculum, and education program, that is in-house or in-classroom programs. So with the help of ICT, like ICT has been added essentially in the 21st century as the fifth potent area of education. The word potent, very, very potential aspect has been added in school education to higher education, that is ICT. Without ICT, teaching is more non-effective and non-efficient. So roles of ICT tools. ICT tools are devices, tools, contents, resources, forums, services, digital, and those that can be converted into or delivered through digital forms instead of analog, which can be deployed for realizing the goals of teaching, learning, enhancing access to and reach resources, building capacities, as well as management of education systems. This will not only include hardware devices connected to computers, software application, but also interactive digital content, internet, and other satellite devices, teleconferencing, video conferencing, web-based content, repositories, and interactive forums, learning management systems, and management information systems. So now more we are concentrating on web-based content repositories or e-contents. Impact of ICT on education system. ICT make education system more productive. ICT makes education system more productive, interesting, give more powerful instruction, and also able to extend the educational opportunities to masses, not 40, 60 capacity, to the masses, and creating information rich learning environment. So that can be accessible to many, like global. Wherever they are in the corner of the world or globe, we can access your teaching and our learning in one platform with the help of ICT. ICT has made the classroom transaction more interesting. It has extended the teaching learning process beyond the boundaries of the classroom, as I told earlier. Students are now able to use laptop computers, tabs, wireless networks, mobiles, and different gadgets in and around the campus and outside the campus. Application of ICT tools in education. Presently, ICT in India has greater potentialities and promising future because our country possesses one of the largest ICT workforces in the world, and there is growing awareness building among the education stakeholders on the emerging role of ICT in enhancing the process and outcome of education. Presently, Government of India has taken various initiatives, as our brothers told earlier, like NDLI, NPTEL, and Infobed. Like other platforms have taken with the help of the Government of India, like a lot of initiatives to integrate ICT in education sector to facilitate information dissemination and communication in every area of education. Learning to learn, learning to learn. And our Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi sir, said that information technology is becoming the growth engine which has the potential to transform India into a knowledge economy and knowledge society. As our librarian knows, knowledgeless society is a curse to the nation. Knowledgeless society, village to nation, village to district, district to state, state to nation, it's a curse. So this is our librarian's duty and teachers' duty and the lecturer's duty to make our students knowledge enriched person, not subject enriched person. Knowledge enriched person means knowledge economy and knowledge society. With the help of this knowledge society, the rapid changes will take place in our economy and culture, tradition, understanding, and technology innovation and opportunities. So, just I have listed what are the tools. So, on which tools we have to make efforts. There are different tools as by listing. There will be more. The ICT tools used in the classroom instruction, various ICT tools used in classroom instruction, the following are some of the technological tools used in teaching, learning process. These are computer aided instruction. Already we are using computers, laptops with the help of Google Meet, WebEx, and Zoom, and computer assistant learning. So learning and teaching are taking place with CAI and CAL, and with the help of LCD projectors. We are teaching students in physical mode sometimes. Even though we don't have physical mode classes, we can use these laptops and that one. And we have to make wonderful presentation, appealing presentation, which should compromise in PowerPoint presentation your text, and I mean our text, and few videos, few audios, and few pictures. So audio video learning based teaching is more effective, which is only possible with the help of PowerPoint presentation and smart boards teaching. If we are, I think, how many colleges, institutions have smart boards? Because we are lacking some kinds of this kind of infrastructure in classrooms in our setup of learning. So we have good smart board. So with the help of smart board also, we can interpret or impart teaching in a better way. And email not only for messaging, we can develop communication between student to the teacher. So email process, providing material, providing or submission material and transmitting material or communicating through email is better than other platforms. And discussion forums, we have to have developed a discussion forum, subject wise. And normally what will happen, out of 40 students, 50 students, we concentrate only the better students. I mean, those who are intellectual, those who are interested to learn. But we are leaving behind some people who are average. So my concern is you have to have two kinds of discussion forum with the help of teaching tools or ICT tools, like average students and learned students. So in that discussion forums, so we can exchange our thoughts between learned, unlearned, and average students. So no person can be left behind in learning. And we can wikis. We can have good wikis. And we have good blogs like Google sites, bloggers, etc., etc. And we have a lot of social medias. And we have YouTubes. These are all ICT tools only. And we have CCTVs. If we have proper networking or LAN connected, we can transmit, we can communicate our digital system through CCTV also. Every student, every college should have, every college can have a channel, maybe YouTube channel or a channel that can be communicating modem. And we can have video conferences, one to one person or one to many. We can have video conferences, teleconferences, Google Earth and Google Maps, school tubes. There are tubes. There are many. We know only YouTubes. There are school tubes and teacher tubes. With help of this, we can share learning to the learner, Flickrs and Classroom 2.0, and mobile learning also is there. Mobile learning nowadays is very useful with the help of WhatsApps. Advantages of ICT tools in education. Images can be easily used in teachings. Teachers can easily explain complex instruction and ensure students' comprehension. With the help of good images, videos, and derived topics, the complex instructions can be very can be minimized in teaching or in important teaching. Teachers are able to create interactive classes and lessons are more enjoyable. So with the only thing is participation is very important now. Teachers full-fledged preparation and students participation very important. In that way, we have to inculcate the habit to the students also. disadvantage of ICT tools in education. Setting up the devices can be very troublesome because it leads financial matters, too expensive to afford, hard work for teachers to use with the lack of experience using the ICT tools. Because a pre-corona period, we used to have notebooks, materials, teaching materials, guides, some kinds of print materials to teach. But if a teacher don't have knowledge on using ICT tools or operation of computers, mobiles, and technologically useful gadgets, it will be very difficult for them. So now the thing is, teachers has to learn, lecturer has to learn how to use ICT tools. As I've listed earlier, all to at least you should know or use of PowerPoint presentations. You should know how to conduct video conferences, audio conferences, as well as you should create e-content with the help of these tools like that. It will not be a problem for them if they have technologically knowledge. So developing a e-content is a challenging part. People say that we need to have expensive inputs, expensive infrastructures. I don't think we need to have. We need to have a good room, good background, soundproof, and a small gadget. Now also we can, by affording 24 to 25,000, we are getting good mobile phones and video phones. I mean, videography inputs are material. So with the help of minimum tools, we can have wonderful creation of contents of me. So first is first phase is analysis. We have to set a learning objects. We have to set a learning object on which subject we are going to prepare e-content. We have to create some kind of voice modulation. So we have to learn how to present in front of a camera. We have to lose the shyness, like introvert nature. We should be clear and open on our teaching. So set learning objective is primary. Second, define learner needs. What learner, what is his capacity to understand? So we need to give more and more technological inputs to them. So we have to start with minimum to maximum. So we should know learner what he is and what is capacity. So define learner needs and define specification of learning and education materials. What kind of materials we have to input in our e-content. Second, design and development. Define how to present material based on the cognitive theory of multimedia learning. So multimedia takes maximum role along with PPT. So we have to use multimedia learning and cognitive theory into the consideration so that we can have how to present material based education. So we have to design, we have to develop on in relation with learner needs and learning objects. Both are. So adding to this, implementation. So implementation. So we have to prepare integrated media elements to implement it. Thereafter, we can evaluate educationally, scientifically, and reusably. So content development, once we start with, definitely we will enjoy working with content development. So you feel that you are talking to or you are teaching to a student in front of a student's classroom, physical mode. In front of a computer also, you have to be very clear-cut, objective in teaching. You should have clear-cut understanding that you are teaching to a student with a good gestures, good subject matters, and good educational materials. So phases, we have to have only 4 phases: analysis, design and development, implementation, and evaluation. Excuse me. Yeah. ICT and library is a learning hub. My principal, Dr. Aslam Siddiqui Saab also is a learned person in teaching, a learned person interpreting documents, and a great scholar. He says always, library is not a collection of books, magazines, journals. It should be a learning hub, IT-based, ICT-based learning hub. Library functions as an essential central component in an education system. It plays an important role in an academic institution. In the 20th century, rapid development of information communication technology has revolutionized each and every field, and library and information centers, that is LICs, is one of them. ICT has changed the academic libraries in terms of collections, organization, and services. Initiatives on online teaching, virtual library with help of different gadgets, and lecturers with help of different gadgets. They can create virtual learning and virtual libraries. Earlier setup, I think the last time also told, earlier setup, in a pre-COVID setup of library or learning resources were analog books, magazines, newspapers, journals, and infrastructure were bookshelves, almaras, reading tables, chairs, and catalog cabinets. But thereafter, we could see a lot of changes. See, types of e-contents. So analog converted into digital content we call as e-content. E-content. Like online content and offline content, they are mainly two types of content. One is online content, one is offline content. Online e-content, online e-resources are those resources or content which are under the control of a central server, as in a manufacturing process or experiment. It is not connected to a computer or a computer network, but of WAN, like as a Enlist, implement databases, and NDDLI. All are Wi-Fi based and connected through internet only. So what are the intranet or offline e-content? Whereas the offline or e-resources are those which are locally located and at local server connected to LAN and shared among the intranet. Online resources are online e-contents. Online e-contents are in form of e-journals, e-books, e-magazines, online e-databases, electronic thesis dissertations, in-house databases, e-images, e-music, sound collections, e-references resources, electronic dictionaries, translators, and encyclopedias, directories, glossaries, virtual newspapers. These are all online e-contents, already prepared one. Now you can add your content as a digital repositories into your college. So whatever you are teaching through YouTube channel or Google Meet or WebEx, you just record a nice way and you can present it as a IDR in institutional repository resources. So what are the offline e-resource contents? Offline mails, offline media playing, offline browsing, offline dictionaries, and subject guides. So what are the advantages of e-resources or e-contents? E-resources or e-contents provides 24/7 access services as well as multi-access of a e-resources are possible. It saves the time of the users. E-resources contents provides remote access. E-resources do not require binding or repair. E-resources save time and space, and it allows various types of searching facilities. It can be downloaded instantly, that can be shared instantly, one and among others. It is more economic than print version, as it does not require printing and process expenditures. It supports multimedia application. It provides current information necessary for research. Disadvantages of e-contents. Need proper ICT infrastructure for easy access of e-resources. Skilled manpower is required for managing e-resources. More concern is required regarding corporate issues, and the security problem also is there because of hackers. Initial high infrastructure cost is required. Renewal of e-resources or e-contents is required in annual basis, which is financial factor. High internet speed is required for accessing online resources. This is very main important topic, because every institution or every hub of learning library or lab, it should have minimum 100 Mbps speed, because the users from remote, they may use databases from your in-house or local served based resources. So it needs a lot of speed. So we need high internet speed, minimum 100 Mbps. Need proper preservation policy and lack of standard product. So my concern is not only institution, the library also totally converts slowly into digital library. Digital library is different, e-resources based library is different. So a digital library as a global virtual library, the library of thousands of network electronic libraries. So it is the library collections are not limited to a document surrogates, but they also include digital artifacts that cannot be represented or distributed in printed formats. In broad sense, library or digital library is a computerized system that allows users to obtain overall means of access to an organized electronic stored and repository of information. So now we are coming to the right place now. People are thinking that what is e-content, e-content, e-content? Nothing is there. So earlier we used to use pen and paper to prepare notes. Earlier we used to prepare a notes. And earlier we used to use some films for overhead projectors to present your lessons durably to the students in the class on the blackboard. So earlier we used to have paper and pen for preparing notes and to present through your lectures on orally. Second, you used to prepare a film on, you used to print some notes with the help of projector, overhead projector, you used to disseminate that information. But e-content is different. So you have to develop PPT, your notes on PPTs, notes on wikis, notes on Google Forms, and notes on Google Docs, and notes on videos and audios. All these comes under e-contents. So these e-contents you should make in a qualitative way with the objectives. Additionally, accompanying with good education materials. So all this will be clubbed in VLE or placed in VLE, that is virtual learning platform. And every faculty member should have its own WhatsApp group, and it should have own YouTube channel. And all this collection, produced collection or human intellectual capital of the faculty or a teacher will be stored in one repository that is called institutional digital repository. So my concern is we have to develop a qualitative teaching modules and we have to store in one platform. It is mentioned like that. An institutional repository is a digital collection capturing and preserving the intellectual output of a single or multi-university community. It's a set of services that an institute or university offers to the members of its community for the management and the dissemination of digital materials created by the institution and its community. So it is very clear that an institution repository is a digital content or digital platform, which is a digital archive of the intellectual output of an academic institution. Institution repositories are e-contents. It may be a different wide variety of digital materials. It may be pre-printed articles or research reports, journal articles, maybe e-books produced by the faculty members or faculty lectures, both audio-video formats, course materials, conference papers, teaching materials, handouts, doctoral dissertation and thesis for reference, students' projects, questionnaires or question papers or PBS, monographs, data sets resulting from research projects, photographs and video recordings, patents. So with help of all these materials, as I mentioned earlier list of IRs, we can create wonderful e-content. These are all contents in different formats. So all will be stored in ideas. So all ideas, if we have a chain of institutions or chain of management, we can create a consortium. In that consortium, all these digital e-contents of the faculty intellectual outputs can be kept, stored, and disseminated, can be shared with the help of consortia. Consortium means for procuring a of e-resources is now very easy and popular in libraries. Due to the budget constraints in libraries and high price of electronic devices or resources, consortium approach is extremely beneficial as it allows sharing of collection strength of member libraries of the consortium to negotiate for better deal with the publisher and the database producers. So we are a producer of e-content, so we can have ideas, we can have library consortium with the help of digital contents. So first of all, every library has to have its own blog or Google site. A librarian, a faculty, definitely you should have a Google site, blog or blogger. And you should have a channel, YouTube channel. So we must make your channel or your platform dynamic always by adding new developments, new additions. The library portal is a gateway to its electronic resources and services. The main purpose of a dynamic website is to help users to develop high quality, relevant, web-based electronic information rapidly, effectively. The library portal can be used to provide information about the e-resources in the library itself. It can allow access to the online public access catalog like OPEC and provide a direct link to the subscribed e-resources of the publishers. There's dynamic library portal can provide facility to interact with the library user through Ask a Library services, and the authority or library authority may provide links to various open access resources in subject wise for the use of library user. So LAN, every library, not only every library, my concern is total institution should have a LAN facility that we call groupware. Every total library and library to other department should have a LAN facility so that can be shared online, intranet and intranet, both. So every library and institutions and connecting department should have LAN facility for the sharing purpose. So always we need to look at the development of the library or e-content material. We need to have a user feedback mechanism every time. The main aim of a library or a user or teacher is to fulfill the ever increasing information needs of the library clientele. The library established and maintained for users only. Hence, the main object of any library should be to provide services as per the need. So user feedback is main important thing on which we can manage e-resources, e-contents in a better way with good performance. As already we have discussed, pre-COVID and post-COVID, analog into digital, print media to e-books, housekeeping e-library to automated library, and convention library become e-readers, and e-document delivery of service has been developed. So is implement initiative for library management systems. This is all library services what we are giving in our libraries. So virtual library services. Last 2 years back also I have shared, because this is working. This is really working among the students, among the learners. In Andhra government also I gave lecture on this. So it is working really. So my concern is we have to have a library WhatsApp in which faculty, users, we have to have, so that we can share whatever e-contents are available with us. So, and we should have a YouTube channels and blogs, web notes, Google sites. We have to conduct webinars by giving latest developments, latest happenings in the system. And classes, libraries also supposed to take classes on information literacy through Google Classrooms, Zoom, WebEx, and Skypes. So it is the role of libraries also there to introduce those contents in the right way. New leads towards excellence. The only 3 things I observed. We have started our education from LKG. we have started our education from pre-primary. So L stands for learning through library. Now K stands for know your library. G stands for grow with library. So LKG, if we follow where we have started our journey into education, this if we follow library will give more knowledge, library will disseminate more information which with new developments of happenings, and you can or we can grow with the library. And to reach, there are different paid version, proprietary version, aggregated versions of e-contents. We have discussed already. There are different databases, purchase based or free based. Paid version, mostly proprietary basis, Springar, CH, Elsevier, aggregator of a collection of all databases like Ebesco, ProQuest, AB Inform, and Enlist. Free and open source softwares are also available. Resources are available. Open access resources like we can find many e-contents, different materials from MIT and UNESCO, OERs like that. So I will share this PPT. I already have shared it earlier. So you can go to this OER also, which is designed by UNESCO, which is a very good database for e-learnings or e-contents. Openness education resources are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that resides in the public domain and or have been released under an open license. It has license, and particularly this OER, which will not attract to copyright. This one. These are open access courseware. Education, LPU, Dan course of IGNO, MIT courseware, open learning. Hello, some disturbance going on, please. Hello.
मॅडम तुमचा स्पीकर बंद करा.
Hello.
Sir, do we continue?
Yes, please. One second. So we have developed this kind of Google platform or Google Set platform. We term this as a VLE, virtual learning program, from this college, library, like government degree college, Zahirabad library. We have developed some e-contents, and with the help of faculty member, more particularly, sir, is it visible, sir? Sharing. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you so much. Because I would like to show work of our principal, because our principal is a learned man, though he is a graduated and postgraduate in language. He has more curiosity. He developed a wonderful page for himself. As a faculty, as a principal, he developed a nearly 4,000 video lectures, audio lectures, and e-learning materials. If I click here, you can see what are the materials you see. He has developed YouTube channels on his own, through which he developed. Language is not barrier. Our friend told, sir, how can we have material in our language, in Marathi? So if we have inclination to impart education to the students, we can develop the e-contents in our languages. So what we are teaching in English, let it take the help of the translator, assign some job to him, ask him to convert into digital content, lectures into digital content. English में जो सीख रहे बोल रहे, the same thing we can convert into Hindi or Urdu or Marathi. So you can see how many lectures. You can see videos. Click over here. He developed these many videos. And common man without having technical knowledge, as a language teacher who became a good principal, he created a lot of digital tracks, digital information. for the sake of students. So you can see one area, 93,000 views are there, 93,000. So with the help of effective teaching and modules, we can produce wonderful programs. So why I want to show all this, that a normal person without having knowledge, by learning knowledge, by improving himself, he produced wonderful programs and like that. So in this is my profile, sir. One second. Yeah, this is the profile. So every faculty member has to create his own profile, systematic way, so that a student or an outsider view you and you feel that this platform is very good. With this, we can learn more, like that. And you can create your own newspaper platforms. So we are converting digital contents into, analog content, digital contents. If you click here also, you can find. If you click Telugu, you will get directly here. So we have to save the time of the users and readers, like that. So leave this. And there are scrolls. See, there are many contents available already in the virtual environment. E-Gnan course of Includenet, LPU, Vidyamitra YouTube channel, IGNO, Telugu for B.R. Ambedkar University, NAPTL, Mumbai tutorials, and MHRD video lectures, Coursera, Swayam, Consortium, Shodh Ganga. In economics particularly, if you click here, you can find Telangana economy and so on, like that. One second, I'll show you once more. And in statistics particularly, you click on here statistics. This will take you to School of Statistics, where we have more and more tutorials for the students who are learning statistics. Need not to worry about the material. Already materials are available, study materials. Tutorials are there, study materials are there in form of PDF, form of videos. You can see. So a librarian, as a teacher and learner, we must provide these materials to students. If faculty is available, not available, the college, a statistician, we can use this material for them. So not only this one, even software. Students may learn to software. Need not to go for software outside. This platform can provide our statistical software, SPSS, eViews, and etc. etc. So we are equipped with all contents. As I told you, e-contents are different, e-resources are again different. E-contents produced by the institutions, faculty members or teachers or guest lecturers. And we'll put in IDRs. That IDR is this one. Like in our college, if you take economics, earlier we used to work in Tara College, I am sourcing the information. See, if you click that college, our faculty member has produced in the Corona period 25 lectures semester-wide in CBC pattern. So in national income, it's measurement and its users, which comes under microeconomics SEM 2. He created digital content to YouTube, and I have integrated that material in my platform. You can see this one. So these are the digital contents. So like that, if you take other, for example, physics, there is one more gentleman, he created lot of material that made a permanent accessible document e-content to the faculty members. Like in subject. So So this way we have improved. And one more thing that our one of the faculty member.
सर आपकी पीपीटी वर्किंग नहीं कर रही है सर.
कर रहे सर.
हाँ.
One second. Is it okay, sir? Now? Is it okay?
No, sir. Next.
Take that. We are showing, sir. Screen share over there.
Yes, sir.
Abhi ho raha, sir? Abhi ho raha?
Yes.
Thank you very much for support. Sir, one of our best friend who was a good teacher in Hindi, and he developed a blog. He did not look for external material. So he developed this content on his own, semester wise. He took a lot of pain in constructing material, building material in Hindi. So all the semester wise, topic wise, he stored this material, and this material can be accessed whole Andhra Pradesh and Telangana region, and wherever they require, the topics are available in a fraction of a second. So my concern is these are all e-content. Don't look at e-content, something others. So video lecture is video e-content. Audio lecture is audio e-content. This content is a print content. This e-content in a digital, analog to digital. So he typed this material in Google form, Google Docs, with the help of this blog. So wiki is nothing but it is a Google Doc. So in Google Doc, if you type and store, if you share to Google Drive to the students of your community, that will be an excellent place for the students to learn. So they will be very happy that Hamara sir nahi aaya aaj, Hamara sir nahi mila aaj. So we are not attending classes. No, we can tag the students timing wise, day wise, topic wise. So with your involvement, without your involvement, you are readily available to them with the help of e-content. So e-content development is very, very important. So as I told you, e-content is different, e-resources is different. E-resources are e-journals, enlist, sources are research documents like DOJ, science documents, free e-books, UNESCO documents, CSR and ISCA documents, EPG Patashala, NDLI, Open Library, e-magazines, syllabus of university, and OERs, as I mentioned earlier, open source books, World Bank resources, and open access journals free of cost, open source books also, NPTEL, and not on this one, like PG exams also. So you can see this one here. You can have access to the personal person also. Just click over here. This will take you to Central University papers. Just click it. You will find the papers. So, sir, can you view this one, sir? Is it available? Is it audible and Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Can you view this one?
Audible.
Can you view this? Thank you so much. So these are all the materials. A student of PG or UG can take the paper. Somebody wants to pursue PhD programs. You wanted to have papers or question papers. You not to worry. Just click over here. This will provide you a wonderful question paper with which you can prepare. So these are also comes under e-contents. E-contents are nothing. हम एनालॉग के डॉक्यूमेंट पेपर पे जो लिखते हैं उसको हम फोटो बनाते हैं. Photo is also e-content. Whatever you click on paper or a material, that is also digital content. So like that, there are materials are available. The librarian's duty is to tag all materials. So these are also e-contents you will say. So not on teaching. After teaching, where will you go? After learning, where they will go? They have to go for jobs. So you have to develop a career path. So state government, UPSC, and TSPSC, railways, employment exchange, banking, staff selections, etc. If you provide the material to them, definitely they will go on reading. If somebody wants to go for UPSC, you have to train them from the beginning. If you have this portal, if you have this connectivity to your virtual learning platform, it is very useful for them. So my concern is content development is the duty of the teachers as well as the librarians. librarians also can develop the context. So my concern is, if you go on improving the this developmental activities in the college, you will see lot of results in the college. There are problems also we can find in implementing ICT tools. Lack of proper infrastructure and lack of skilled trained teachers in primary education, higher education. So we need to have a proper education. Lack of proper funding is another problem. So if we have good funds, definitely we can have wonderful programs to create. Underpinning education planning, frequent power cuts problems. Every institution should have an interpret power systems, so that we can interpret or impart education without disruptions or problems. So there will be language barriers. So every teacher should know what is teaching, in which modem, in which medium. So if he is capable to teach subject English, yes, she can or he can produce the content, or in other language. So matlab, see, we have to have equipped with language skills, soft skills, life skills, and skills with using internet as well technical this one. So the role of teacher is very, 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 very much important in teaching and learning process, my dear friends. Teacher is the main pillar of teaching and learning process. Teacher is the facilitator as a teacher, as a learner of teaching and learning. ICT cannot replace every teacher, but teacher should be equipped with the technological knowledge. Then he can produce miraculous teaching environment in the college or off-campus college. The effective use of ICT in teaching learning process also depends on teachers' ICT competency and skill. So teachers have to realize that if the students are to achieve high level of competency and competitiveness, they have no other choice but to adopt the technology as an integrated tool in the field of education. So my concern is we must understand the resources. We must understand. See, in my platform, in my Google site, I have all with me. Any student can come visit the library. If they don't find any material, within a fraction of a minute, I can provide digital content of faculty. Digital content from the resources can be shared through YouTube channel and this workshop, WhatsApp media. So we have wonderful group in our college library, and also have BSc first year, second year, third year, BA first year, second year, third, different WhatsApp channels, WhatsApp groups we have, and YouTube channels we have. We are interacting every day. If they cannot come also, he can just message, sir, I want GST and GST material GST. If he send a message in remote also, through mobile, while traveling in a bus also, I'm sending the documents. So librarians are very competent and should get more acquainted with the technological developments in this time. So my concern to the librarian, to the students, as well as the lecturers and the administrators of the institution, that we must support to the teaching community and the supportive systems of the community, so that we will win the race by reaching students who are unreached in this digital scenario, in this post-COVID arena. I'm expecting in June, we may expect fourth again, wave of the corona we were expecting. So we have to equip now only, and any information you require from our side, from Telangana side, definitely we are going to support to the colleagues of my beloved Gopal sir. Thank you so much for the time. I might have taken more time. Gopalji, can we end my lecture this time? Have any questions, please?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very much.
Yeah.
Ganjewar sir.
Dr. Ganjewar, sir.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for your detailed and enlightened presentation that you have given to our delegates. Now, friends, last but not the least, may I request Mr. Gopal D. Sagar to bestow vote of thanks. Mr. Gopal D. Sagar, librarian of our college.
Yes, yes, sir. Actually, Dr. Govind Gogre.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To the vote of thanks.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Yes, sir.
May I request Dr. Gogre, sir, to bestow vote of thanks. He is a librarian from Lokmanya महाविद्यालय सोनखेड़.
थैंक यू सर. सभी को मेरा स्नेह भरा नमस्कार. ये तो लास्ट का प्रोग्राम है, आभार व्यक्त करना हमारी संस्कृति है. आपने हमारे लिए ये जो महत्वपूर्ण समय निकाला और हमें हमारा ज्ञान बढ़ाया, निश्चित ही हम याद रखेंगे कि हमें आपने बड़े ज्ञान की मेजबानी दे दी है. हमने जो थीम रखी थी, एक्सरेशन ऑफ ICT टूल्स फॉर कंटेंट डेवलपमेंट, इस विषय पर आपने बड़ी गहराई से इस विषय को आपने हमें समझाया और हमें आपकी ओर से बड़ा ज्ञान प्राप्त हुआ. हमारे विषय में यानी कि लाइब्रेरी एंड इंफॉर्मेशन साइंस महाराष्ट्र में जिसको भीष्माचार्य माना जाता है, ऐसे हमारे डॉक्टर DK वीर सर, इन्होंने बड़े महत्वपूर्ण विवेचन से आपने हमें ज्ञान दिया और हमारा ज्ञान बढ़ाया. आपने कहा कि अगर से कोरोना नहीं आता तो इस टेक्नोलॉजी का हम यूज अच्छी तरह से नहीं करते. सर, आपके बात में तो दम है, लेकिन इस बारे में आपने हमें बड़ी अच्छी जानकारी दी, इसलिए हमारी ओर से, हमारे दोनों महाविद्यालय की ओर से हम आपका बड़े तहे दिल से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं. डॉक्टर जगदीश कुलकर्णी सर, आपने बताया की आपने मराठी में 2 लफ्ज कहे की 2 शिक्षकांच्या भवितव्याकरिता कंटेंट शाप की वरदान. तर ये शाप भी हो सकता है, ये वरदान भी हो सकता है. जैसे कि कंप्यूटर की खोज निकाली, तभी कहा गया है कि कंप्यूटर 100 आदमी का काम एक कंप्यूटर करेगा, लेकिन अभी हम कंप्यूटर को देवदूत मानते हैं. इसीलिए दोनों भी ऊपर चर्चा होना और इसी तरह के चर्चा सत्र आयोजन करना जरूरी है. इसीलिए आपने भी हमारा ज्ञान बढ़ाया, आपने समय से समय निकालकर हमें प्रेरणा दी, इसलिए आपका ही आभार व्यक्त करते हैं. कोत्रा सर, हमें आनंद हुआ जबकि सगर सर ने हमें कहा कि कोत्रा सर रिसोर्स पर्सन हमें प्राप्त हुए हैं, तो हमें बड़ा आनंद हुआ, खुशी हुई. सब आपने बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण समय आपने हमें दे दिया है, इसीलिए आपका ही धन्यवाद और आभार व्यक्त करते हैं. मेरे महाविद्यालय के जी सर, मेरे महाविद्यालय के प्रधानाचार्य डॉक्टर हनुमंत जी अगलावे सर, इन्हीं का भी आभार. धारूर के महाविद्यालय के प्रधानाचार्य डॉक्टर दीपक भारती जी, इन्हीं का भी आभार. या गेस्ट लेक्चरर का परिचय देने वाले डॉक्टर राजपाल सिंह चिखलीकर और डॉक्टर आशा धुमाल, इन्हीं का भी आभार. और ये इस कार्यक्रम की शोभा जिन्होंने अच्छी तरह से बढ़ाई, एंकरिंग अच्छी तरह से किया, डॉक्टर गंजेवार सर, आपका भी आभार. मेरे फ्रेंड और PhD के स्टूडेंट डॉक्टर प्राध्यापक सगर सर, इन्होंने बड़ी ही मेहनत लेकर ये प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया, बड़ी सहायता इनकी हो गई, इन्हीं का भी आभार. विशेषतः मेरे महाविद्यालय के सभी कर्मचारी और आपके महाविद्यालय के यानी कि धारूर के महाविद्यालय के सभी कर्मचारी, महाराष्ट्र और महाराष्ट्र के बाहर से जो भी मेरे प्रोफेशन के सभी लाइब्रेरियन, लाइब्रेरी प्रोफेशन के सभी स्टूडेंट, रिसर्चर, सभी यहाँ इन्होंने ये कार्यक्रम सुना, इन्होंने कार्यक्रम की शोभा बढ़ाई, इन्होंने सभी को मेरा स्नेह भरा नमस्कार और सभी का आभार व्यक्त करते हुए यह कार्यक्रम यहाँ पर खत्म हो जाता है. लास्ट में मैं 2 पंक्तियां कहता हूँ कि वो मराठी में है. कोत्रा सर, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा शायद. चिखलातला जन्मही सुंदर सार्थकी लावावा, चिखलातला जन्मही सुंदर सार्थकी लावावा आणि ग्रंथासारखा गुरु सर्वांना मिळावा. धन्यवाद. धन्यवाद.
Sir, can you explain it in this English, sir? Hindi or English?
Hindi.
Hindi or English?
Hindi.
Vidyasagar sir, thank you. Kindly switch your sharing.
Okay. One second. I'll do that. Sorry, huh? Yes, sir. I've stopped, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again for accepting our invitation. All the participants are notified that kindly fill the feedback form for e-certificate. Feedback form on your WhatsApp group.
अरे हिंदी बोल हिंदी.
Thank you.
Sir, can we leave?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
सर्वांनी फीडबॅक फॉर्म भरून घ्या, जेणेकरून आपल्याला सर्टिफिकेट आपल्याला लगेच मेलवर मिळून जाईल. सर्वांना विनंती आहे की आपला फीडबॅक फॉर्म आपण भरून घ्या, एक सर्टिफिकेट आपल्याला लगेच आपल्या मेलवर मिळून जाईल.
लिंक पाठवा की.
लिंक आपल्या ग्रुपवर पाठवलेली आहे. ग्रुपवर पाठवलेल्या लिंकच्या खालची लिंक जी आहे ती फीडबॅक फॉर्मची लिंक आहे.
बरोबर सर. ओके. लिंक पाठवा की.
लिंक आपल्या ग्रुपवर पाठवलेली आहे. ग्रुपवर पाठवलेली